Nigeria is a country where you see plenty men, they fight one woman. Natasha, you be the iron lady of our time. Governors, they shake. Senate, they shake. World, they shake. Natasha, and she no give up. She still they move. How can Kogi governor say a band? Can you ban Convoy? Is it in our law to ban Convoy? Convoy where they go or gathering? When you now put kangaroo 250,000 fake people that are not up to 5,000, you count them reach 250 to sign for a recall. You didn't ban public outing or public gathering then. Now when she can't do her own, they go to show them the authentic voters. You now say you now ban public gathering. Why you now no ban kidnappers with full Kogi State? Why you now no ban crime with full Kogi State? And that one too, the red cap chief. They say I be red cap chief. You are now suddenly special assistant to SP on sexual harassment. Natasha, you are the woman. You are the woman they talk about in the Bible. You are the woman they talk about. Those people that stand. You are the Kunyamin of our time. You are the Olufunmilayo Ransom Kuti of our time. I can't believe you can hold so many men to ransom. Natasha, when they think you are tired, they move like elephants. They move ba. They move bo. Your movement, they shakara them. Then they enact law we know the inside constitution. Natasha, I am behind you. God is behind you. All the women of the world, the Yemoda, the Oshun, the Iyawo Olokun, all of them are with you. How can so many of you couldn't pin one woman down? That is to tell you we need to bring our women back for our country to grow. It is time to bring the women back. Okay? Well done, Natasha.
Senate President Akpabio Kosil, I know that you were not ready for this because Senator Natasha came into Kogi State with helicopter. Since you people said there will be no convoy, there will be no gathering of any blocking of road. One way closed, another way open. She came in to celebrate the people that voted her to become the senator, and you and your concubine said they will be known. They did not block road. They gather in their land. Yes, a big gathering that even though when they were doing campaign, there was nothing compared to this particular gathering. Yes, did you see that? Let me just leave the video for you guys to watch because Senator Natasha is the lady of our time. Women up.
Yesterday when we read on the news that rallies, gatherings will not be allowed, that roads will be blocked, convoys leading into the states will not be allowed, I knew that we were the targets. But then I said, this is not political season, this is not campaign time. We are not having a rally. This is just me, the senator representing Kogi Central, coming down to have people to celebrate this festive time, the Salah, with you. And there is nothing wrong with that. I am breaking no law. This is Nigeria. We have the right to be free, to express our choice in gatherings and celebrations. We have caused... I can give you the microphone. Me from coming home to celebrate Salah with my people, there's no law at all. And therefore I knew that even though I am not a lawbreaker, I appreciate the powers of the governor. In addition, I also read the statements, the press release from the Commissioner of Police. Okay, I also respect him. But again, we are guarded in our home. This is not the streets, right? So we are breaking no law. And also, we came in with a helicopter. We didn't come by road. So that means we did not break law.
No convoy, no convoy. No convoy. No convoy.
But now let's get to something very important. Let's get to something very important. On the 23rd of February, listen, Arahim, this is very important now. On the 23rd of February, was it 23rd? No. 28th of February 2023. On the 28th of February 2023. You all voted for me across party lines. You lined up in the various polling units and you voted for me to emerge as your senator, right? You were not forced. Your votes were not bought. You stood under the sun to cast your votes for me, Natasha, right? So that I will represent you in the National Assembly as a senator, right? Don't let anybody steal that from you. Don't let anybody steal your representation away from you. The entire country is suffering from bad leadership. The only reason why I have been persecuted so much in the past 1 month is because I dared the bad, corrupt system. I refuse to do things the way they usually play politics. I refuse to be silenced. The past it's been a year and 4 months, right? Yes, I was sworn in November 2023. So that makes it a year and 4 months, about 5 months, a year and 4 months. It has not been an easy journey. It's just that I had it all, I kept it all inside. It's not been an easy journey. The empowerments you saw here, the police stations that we built, the schools we're rehabilitating, the numerous water projects, it had to take a whole lot of lobbying amongst my colleagues, ministers, and many others to get these projects to you. It's not as if they were giving on the platter of gold. I went out there in Abuja and I worked for you. I used the office that you gave me to work for your good. But as I worked, I created enemies. As I worked diligently, as I brought the dividends of democracy to you, I created enemies among some of my colleagues. There are some that felt I subjected them to ridicule. They told me, Natasha, your empowerments, by your empowerments, you're making our constituents insult us. So I kept on apologizing to them. Distinguished, I'm sorry, that's not my intention. Distinguished, I'm sorry, that's not my intention. But in my heart, I knew that I had promised that I would spend every day working in Abuja for your good. And even though I apologize for them, I will not apologize for bringing good to you. president, who thought it was normal for him to get what he wanted. A beautiful woman, I want you, so I should have you. But he didn't get that through me. Ibira women are not cheap. Ibira women are women of dignity. You might see an Ibira woman, if she's divorced because she just did not feel connected to that marriage, but that does not make her a bad person. But I will say this. From the time I told him no, things got difficult for me there. But I still kept it here. I was still focused on my work. Senator Iriti mentioned that of all the 4 female senators, I enjoyed the most privileges. But I want to let her know, what she thought was privilege was actually sponsored by my husband or myself, not the Senate President. The fact that many people thought that because the Senate President was friends with my husband, therefore all the projects I had here, he was the one who gave me. Any stuff to me, he gave me nothing. So I'm telling Senator Iriti, I did not enjoy more privileges than she herself enjoyed or the other women. I actually suffered more. But because I did not want to put out my pain, I wanted to keep that harassment in secret. That was why I kept on working. Even if it had to require me spending my own personal money, I had to do it. And people thought it was Akpabio doing all for me. That's not so. It's good I put it right. But the peak of it happened on the 30th of January. This year, on the 30th of January 2025, there was the groundbreaking ceremony of the 5 mini LNGs in Educative. That project angered him, and I'm saying it on camera. He got very angry, and he called a number of people in the cabinet, questioned them. How come that project found its way here? And he said, in his words, he said, how can such resources, gas from the Niger Delta, be moved to the north? That he will stop it. And I will prove to you what he did. After the Senate President removed me, by the way, it is because of the 5 LNG projects that Akpabio removed me from the Committee of Local Content. Because he said, ever since he made me as the chairperson of Local Content, I have used that office to promote the North. That was what he said. So 5 days after the groundbreaking ceremony, they removed me from the committee to the Committee on Diaspora. And that's okay. I took it in good faith. But what happened after that? He commissioned the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, commissioned his SLA, his senior legislative aide on Niger Delta, Dr. Ominimini, who is also the Secretary of PANDEF. He commissioned him to start online and media propaganda against the 5 LNG plants. You can search on Google, you will see. Dr. Ominimini sponsored a lot of write-ups calling on President Tinubu to cancel the 5 LNG projects. It's all there, you can see it. Check Tribune, Vanguard, This Day. You see Google Dr. Minimini. And I asked, are we not human beings here? Don't we deserve projects? Don't we deserve development in Kogi Central, Kogi State? Is Kogi State not part of Nigeria? How can the Senate President, who is the Senate President for the entire country, how can he use his office to promote regional divide? Akpabio is not the Senate President for South-South. He's the Senate President for Nigeria. And it is wrong for Akpabio to use his office to commission and pass his SLA, Dr. Minimini, to call for the cancellation of the 5 LNG plants. Ahmed Tinubu. And for the fact, please, can you give him the applause? Yes.
For Tinubu,
The 5 mini LNG projects, they were approved by an executive order of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Akpabio does not have the power to stop it. Akpabio does not have the power to stop that project. We have been quiet for Jakarta Steel Company. But you know what? In the 1 year and 4 months I have spent in the National Assembly, I understand why Jakarta Steel Company is not working. Because of many interests. Nigeria is such a country that once you take one progressive step forward, you have 5 dragging you backwards. Especially when that project is in a land that people feel does not deserve of anything progressive. Sometimes I wonder, if a Jakarta Steel Company is in Lagos, will it stay moribund? No. In summary, there's a whole lot happening right now, but a lot is politically motivated. And these people are using the institutions to silence me. And in silencing me, they are silencing you.
You got me.
On the 20th day of February, was the day I protested the move of my seat. I walked into chambers and I was told by the staff, Senator, you're not sitting here anymore. Your seat is by the corner, near where the workers are sitting down. A corner where the cameras will not get to you. In summary, moving my seat from where I sat before was a way of taking away my visibility. And I said, no, I will not move to that corner. I was not notified beforehand. I was not given a chance to ask, why are you changing my seat? Why can't you move somebody else there? Why me? But I will say this, that I have not told people before. 2 days before that day, a senator called me and said the Senate President had complained about my sitting in that position. And I asked why. He said, each time the Senate President looks at the screen above me, and he sees me there, it angers him. I have not said this anywhere, but I'm saying it today. I was told about it 2 days before. And the night before that day, I mentioned to my husband, I said, the Senate President's hatred for me is deepening. You see, it got to a point whereby everything I did annoyed Akpabio. It got to that point where everything I did, the sheer presence of myself annoyed him. And that is what you call bullying. I was actually being bullied in the National Assembly by himself. Through his actions, I was being bullied. You know, I mentioned, and many of you know, for the past